The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
Here we go. Well, hello, everybody. Hey, I am Mark Vollelunga. I got Phil here from Of Mice and Men, and this is A Few Good Brews. It's a show where, we have good craft beer from places all around the country. Hopefully, in time, I can expand this more, actually, and be everywhere around the world. And in fact, I do have some cool stuff here from, I think it's the Netherlands, actually. I'll see. Of course, I should have done my homework. Go me. But yeah, hello, Phil. Please say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? This wonderful Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday fun day. I hope you will be partaking along with us in some good tasties of your own, or hopefully even better if you've gone on to my pick 6 via craftshack.com. Every month I kind of get some picks together with my guests, with Phil, and he picked 3, I picked 3, we picked the dream team, kind of like Lakers and Spurs. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a good collaboration. People didn't even know would ever happen. Lakers and Spurs. Who would have ever known, right?
Dang, I love it. Well, without further ado, we're gonna crack open the first one. This is good. I love it. All right, guys. So I was telling Phil, I'm excited about this pizza port right here, guys. So it's from Pizza Port Brewing Company. It's an amber ale, if everybody can see that right there. I got my beer cam all set up for the good stuff. So
got the beer cam.
Chronic ale. All right, we're gonna do this. We'll get the pour going.
Thank you for the glass as well. The glasses.
Dude, heck yeah. Yeah.
Very, very nice drinking glasses. So I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, good Belgian beer glass. It's a nothing more glass for everybody that's paying attention. You can totally get it on our website, and I can stop shamelessly plugging, But it's got a cool logo. It's got the logo of the show, too. We actually just got some bottle openers, too, so you can snag one of those as well. But let's get to beer. Here we go. Cheers, Phil.
Cheers.
Yeah. Clink.
Thank you. Yeah, right. Thank you for having me here. This is an honor. I love it.
You got it. And that's a solid amber. That's good. You can see the color there. It's that amber color for sure. This is a beer that tastes like beer, y'all.
It's not a modern day fruit beer, which is those are really good and very exciting. And I could only imagine if I was like 14 years old at my family party and rather stealing a Heineken and being like, bah! But if there's like one of those fruit smoothie beers, oh my gosh.
You're right. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's going to be like for that generation of just discovering alcohol. And it's like, if the first thing they have that is alcohol is one of those smoothie beers, it's like, oh man, game over.
Yeah, because the old school wine coolers, you know what I mean? Those were trash. Like those were so sugary. Not good, and then they made the Zimas and stuff like that, and now it's just evolved to
slushy beers, which
beer science.
Dude, this trends, which we'll get to later, from Barrel Brothers, it's amazing. So I don't know if you've had it before, but
no, I have not.
Have you gotten into slushy beers at all?
Yes. Cool. It blew my mind. The first one I had was from this company called Tripping Animals from Florida.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
I poured it in and I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, I've never seen a beer this color. And then it was so thick. I remember drinking, I was like, oh my gosh, like it truly is like a smoothie.
Yeah.
But then it's like 9.5%, I was like, geez, this is better than any protein smoothie I've ever had.
Yeah.
Made me feel a type of way, so.
And it is weird to say, that it's like, oh, this beer is kind of chewy. It's like, that sounds disgusting. Obviously, anybody would think that's like, why am I chewing my drink? But in the same way, it's like you get some of that pureed fruit in a smoothie. It's like, I kind of look forward to that,
Exactly. So now, it's something that, I feel like is really expanded now. They're making like pie beers and all that stuff, and it's like, holy crap, what is this beer science? I'm on board though, so make it crazier. Like I'm enjoying trying all these new crazy beers people are putting out. So
I know. And before we went live, we were talking about how we're really blessed to be able to travel and everything. You know, obviously not over the last year with COVID and everything, but I know you're ready to get back out there. I'm ready to get back out there, and on days off especially, go find a sweet brewery, something I'm stoked about. Even getting it on our hospitality rider or whatever. It's like when you can have something, it's like after the show, something that tastes awesome, that is local, so you're giving back to that local community and everything too. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's like, it's really cool to be able to, like exactly what you said, travel and get to try all these local breweries that we probably would never heard of or ever get to have tried. So
Dude, I know.
It's a blessing and a curse, because then you just have so many beers. And it's not
You gotta try them all. It's like a poker beer.
Coca beer, you gotta have them all. I'm about
There you
that,
go.
definitely.
I'm punny. Dum 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 dum. Love it. This is good though for anybody that likes beers that are beer-like. It's from Carlsbad, California. Phil was telling me he's actually been there before, and
I've been to this brewery.
oh, dude, tell me about it, because you
Yeah,
chose this beer.
Yeah, it's super chill. You know, it's right near beachside. They have one that's beachside. So just having beers by the beach, and this one's actually made. I think of it. I picked it because it was like made with the chronic seed or something like that. So
Really?
I thought it would have like a
little dank.
weedy taste.
Right. Yeah.
But it definitely tastes like beer. There's no
No cannabis
none of that
in this beer. Yeah.
It's just regular old beer, which is awesome though.
Dude.
But yeah, they have so many beers, probably over like 30 beers on tap at a time.
That's
So
awesome.
they got it together there. It's near the beach, great food. So shout out to them for being awesome. Like Pizza Port 2 makes me think of Toy Story.
Okay.
So when I
yeah.
Pizza Port. So when I thought about it, I was like, well, okay, that's pretty cool. Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Buzz Light beer.
I
I got one.
Here we go. Yeah, us guitar players are funny.
Oh, we are. We really, really
Tell
are.
me about the collaboration that y'all have going on right now with beer.
Yeah. Oh man. So we got a beer coming out. I can't actually say the name yet because it hasn't fully leaked. But I'll
Hopefully I
give you the
didn't spill
flavors of it.
beans. I'm sorry.
It's all no. I like the teaser because it's coming up soon. So
Okay, good.
any way I could tease about it and tell the people the flavors that are coming. We picked out strawberry coconut. So we used like hundreds of pounds of strawberries, fresh SoCal strawberries.
God bless
and I don't know where the coconut is. Probably somewhere exotic, Fiji,
Yeah.
you know, the Maldives. I don't know, Brazil. Who knows? They're exotic. But yeah, there's going to be a beer coming out in about 2 weeks. So keep your eyes out. I'll be teasing it more. But it's going to be strawberry coconut, and that right there is.
Dude, that's a great combo. I'm proud to hear that too, because I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of bands' beers, and I've been pretty disappointed. With the exception,
there's been a lot of strikes.
Right.
I've been, I always like to rock other bands' things because I'm like, I gotta try it. I love this band, love their riffs, and then I drink their beer and I'm like, I wonder if they had a hand on it, like, or is it just their branding,
Right.
So.
Right. That's if they just slap the name on there.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like.
I think that's like the easy way, to do that. But I love beer, so I'm not gonna. And
it's still a
wanna
beer.
make sure
You're right.
it's
At
legit.
the end of the day, I'm still having a beer, and beer is meant to be drank. So, cheers to that.
Yeah, definitely.
But in all seriousness, though, that's cool. You're not going for like a middle of the road pilsner or lager. Like y'all are going there. Do you know what kind of brew it is? Is it obviously it's fruity? Is it an IPA?
It's the aged ale. I could find out.
So it is barrel aged.
Yeah, it's barrel aged.
What's the ABV?
Oh man, I think it's gonna be probably between 13 or 15.
Are you kidding me, man? Y'all are going there.
Yeah,
Dude,
and the bottles are wax dipped too. It's like,
Hell yeah.
it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope, honestly. So it's super exciting.
Yeah.
It's just to have that coming out, and just the fact that like we talked about it, to have a beer collaboration is just super cool. You know, I never thought that it would ever happen.
I know.
You know, but life happens, and a beer's coming.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it is a limited release, is that right? Is it like once they're gone, they're just gone?
They're gone.
Wow. Yeah.
They're going to be sold either super limited sale. What I do know is a lot of people keep these bottles for like a year, 2-3 years for it to sit and really get that flavor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to taste one fresh, and then you know, probably next year or the year after that, have a couple, save it, and then see where the flavor profiles go.
Dude, yeah, see if it gets stronger, and yeah, absolutely.
Man, yeah, probably will, man.
Like
Jeez, it's already so high, it's like a glass of wine.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Just a sipper, which we'll
definitely
get into that at the end. I already told Phil we're gonna save the second sun we have over here, which is
thank goodness it's a small can too.
I know.
You know,
I
was
I got the 12 ounce. Yeah.
Thank
But
goodness.
it is a 14%er, I believe. Yep. Yeah, she's up there. So we'll save her for last. But I do want to crack open another one.
Yeah, please. Let's get it going.
I will let you choose. What do you think, Phil? What are we feeling here? What do we got?
I'm looking in my cooler. Let's see. Man, do you want to go straight into the slushy one, or do you want to hold on to the slushy and go into?
Man, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. All right, we're gonna go for it, y'all. We're gonna go for trends. Yeah. So before you crack it open, so obviously with these slushy beers, this gets a little nerdy and a little beer geeky. But so what you're supposed to do is basically turn it horizontal. Kind of roll it around, not too aggressively.
Yeah.
But basically, you want to mix all this up, everybody, so you don't just get all the pureed chunks and everything at the very end, all the syrup and everything that's there. You know, just like anything.
You have to massage this beer.
There you go. Yeah.
Massage your beer, everybody. It's
not a shake well. It's kind of like a roll gently, you know, turn it upside down slowly type of thing, you know. So, but let's do it. Once we've given it a good roll. You know, we gonna crack it. We gonna make it happen.
Trends.
Oh, that was a good pop. There we go. Got foam happening. Love it. Oh, goodness. You can see how thick it is.
It's a slushy.
Dude, yes. Sure is. Sure is, man.
And okay, pineapple guava slushy.
Yeah.
Imported pineapple from somewhere exotic.
No, actually, it's Sonoma County. It's in your land again. We're still in California over here.
Oh, NorCal though this time.
Yeah, very true.
Beautiful.
So yeah, here, cheers.
Beautiful. Cheers. It smells really, really, really good.
Yes.
It's like wine tasting.
Right. Yeah. You get snobby about it. That's great, dude. It's tropical, super fruity.
Doesn't even. Yeah, these are dangerous.
It's light. This is like, my wife doesn't like a lot of these weird beers that I have all the time. I'm like, oh man, pickle this. You know, it's like, oh, I can't believe that there's cinnamon and you know, Pop-Tarts in this. She's like, what? And then tries it and is like, sometimes she's blown away. Other times she's just like, this is just stupid.
There's a lot of those beers where.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, they're going pretty psycho. You know, they've gone almost a little too far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there are some good ones, though.
Yeah.
Definitely. But this is really, really, like, imagine this just out in the sun.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, that's why it's, like, dangerous. You know, this is, I could drink, like.
Keep it coming. This is a nice mixed drink. This is a little Mai Tai, you know? Mai Tai beer, almost.
Yeah, the last time I think we saw each other, was it the cruise? Before COVID?
Dude, that's right. Yeah, because I was a stowaway on Shiprocked and y'all were playing. That's right. Yeah.
How I know the cruise was a very blurry time, you know, booze cruise and rock and roll.
Yeah.
And then that, though, with speaking of COVID, was like right after that, the world shut down. So I was like, thank goodness, like we had a cruise and it was exciting. But now a year after that, now I'm like, damn.
Yeah. It's good send off, probably. Was that your last show?
Yeah, our last show.
Dang.
Cruise, wow.
Yeah. Man, I remember, speaking of a booze cruise or whatever, I remember one night I don't know if you were there, but it was Alan, Aaron, and Tino, and they were feeling good, and just at one of the bars, I think the Frog Bar or whatever, and there's like a little trap set up, like bass.
No, I was
guitar.
there. Yeah,
You were there,
I was
yeah.
dead. Oh, they were playing Tino on the drum kit.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my word.
Oh yeah.
That was so. Sorry, that was really funny and such a good time. It was just
The
like
concert,
impromptu. Like, let's switch instruments.
Man.
Let's be silly, you know?
That was the definition of that was the
you played it safe,
almost.
man. You were like, I'm just gonna video.
I did not want to play.
That's right.
You know, like I let my wife played guitar. Actually, I remember she was ripping some guitar, which was pretty cool. But Tina was playing drums at the time, so it was a little rough. But
I love it.
The booze cruise, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happened. That could have been after the Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was on the cruise. Everyone was just turned up.
Yeah.
Man, that was such a good night. Wow.
Dude,
I totally forgot about that until you brought it up. So,
sorry if that's a sore
night.
subject.
No, not at all. I love it.
It's a good memory.
Remember, my jaw was hurting that morning from how much I was laughing.
Oh, geez, right? Yeah. Speaking of like good times, I know for everybody that doesn't know, it's like we've toured with our bands have toured together several times. I hope for more in the future, hopefully. And when we were in Europe, like I just remember so many loud blaring music party nights, you know, and
yep.
man, it's
the Euro disco.
Dude, yeah. Like Tino is a blast. Good
Oh
Lord.
man.
Yeah,
Euro disco, he brings out the best of us in the discotheque.
Like, I want to throw props to him. He's just so happy. He doesn't ever not have a smile on his face.
It's a spark plug,
yeah.
you know, of energy sometimes
so
that
happy.
I didn't even know I had.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, man. But yeah, European tours are, you know, it was fun. We definitely had a lot of beers together, which was a lot of fun too, just to try, you know, like you said, beers in different countries and just have solid hangs.
Yeah, because you don't always get that, even when you are friends beforehand and you tour. For example, like one of my favorite tours was the Truth Tour, but I will totally understand if you guys hated that tour because you had bed bugs in your bus the entire tour. By the end of the tour, you were in a freaking SUV, like it just old school driving from gig to gig, just roughing it.
Man, like
it
that sort of
ended.
Stuff. Yeah, you know, it didn't. You know, that of course, as any human going through that sort of stuff when you're spending so much money on something, yeah, you're gonna be pissed off. But you know,
Right.
There's nothing against that whole situation. Just sucked for us. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, doing it in an SUV in a car. You know, because that's what we did.
Right.
You know, so.
Jeez.
It brought us back. It brought me back to, you know, my very first times of touring, and yeah, it kind of just gives you, you know, the slap in the face of like life happens, anything could happen, and you kind of just have to fight through it, you know. And your guys' crew hooked us up fat. They set up our stuff for us because our stuff got dropped off at the venue from our bus driver. He just dropped it off there, which was crazy, because he straight up stole all of our stuff. And that sucked. Like all of our gear, you know, thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and then just dropped it off. Then your crew took care of us, and you know that we made a show happen. I didn't even think was going to happen that day. I remember I was very sad that day.
Is that right?
What's that?
Was that the New Orleans show?
Yeah.
Right.
Which was at the brand new venue, which was so cool to be there.
It wasn't a House of Blues. It's the film. It was the Fillmore. That's right.
The Fillmore.
The new
Fillmore. So it was
Fillmore.
like brand new. You know, we were super excited to play.
Yep.
But actually, I do remember because this whole staff knew we were hosed. They actually gave us like a lot of extra craft brew that night, and they gave us a ton of extra, like super good beer. So I remember drinking a lot that night, a lot of those beers, because I was super sad. Like, yeah. But like I said, man, that kind of stuff, you know, touring, it didn't happen for years. You know what I mean? And then the wheel got loose for end of tour, and yeah, it was unfortunate. But yeah, bro, we've broken down once in Europe van tours in the wintertime and had to sleep on the side of the road in France because French highways are owned by lords. Like it's some, like you know.
All right,
I'm
yeah,
telling
you're gonna
you,
have to go into this. What?
yeah. Trust me, dude. So when we did our very first tour in Europe, 2011, we broke down in France, and in order to get a tow truck to come get us, we had to get permission of the lord that owned
Oh my god.
the highway. It is crazy, bro. Like I had to sleep on the road. You know what I mean? That whole evening, and then get towed in the morning. But it was winter time, so you know I'm in a sleeping bag, straight up zipper. I had merch all in my sleeping bag, and yeah, we finally got the car fixed. Dude. And then we got picked up by somebody, and we broke down again. And the people that picked us up, actually, super small world, are the guys in While She Sleeps.
Yeah.
And their van broke down, and then we had to get picked up again by somebody, and we slept on the road again that night because then there's an extra 3 people. You know, so there's no room in a sleeper van with you know, I don't know if you toured Europe in a van, when all the gears in the back, you know, there's not a lot of room. People are, you know, 6 people are crammed in like seats, and people are sleeping outside,
sitting up. Yeah, dude, it's awful.
It's
touring
brutal,
Europe in a van is tough, you know. And I mean, in general, in a van, it can be hard. It's like there's some camaraderie with it because you're all commiserating together, which is cool. But it's like, man, after 2 weeks, like just chilling in a van, and you know, it's like you load out at 2, you go to the hotel by 3, you sleep until 6, then you get up and you got to go to the next city, and it's like, so you're trying to sleep sitting up. I remember our van got vandalized in Hamburg, and the passenger driver, like in the front of the vehicle, got broken, and Ben was sleeping there, and the driver just like tarped up the window, and he couldn't see his side view mirrors, so he had to wake Ben up every 30 minutes, or you know, whenever he needed to change lanes. It was like, hey Ben, like, can you just like peek out the window and tell me if I can pass or get in that lane?
So okay, I got another really funny story too on that same tour.
Go for it.
Okay, so we were in Munich. You know, we were on tour with ABR. It was super awesome. First time out there. We were in Munich, and we had a party that night. Everyone was partying. Our TM driver got super drunk and hungover to where he couldn't drive the next day. So our merch girl that was, you know, just like never drove in Europe before, drove us from Munich to Italy. Like,
wow, through the Alps.
It was crazy. And so we went through the Alps. Our car broke down. Our van broke down there.
Yep.
He did the gaff tape on something, like, I never forget this, bro. He gaff taped something in the engine.
What?
Bro, it was crazy, bro. I'm telling you. First ever European tour.
It was wild. Yeah.
It was wild. Like, something that, like, I earned my tour stripes, like, multiple, you know what I mean?
You gotta pay your dues, and that's really important. Like, as a band that's up and coming, it's like, it is important to kind of struggle and go through those things, because it really makes you humble and lets you know immediately, you know, not to get a big head. And whenever you do meet somebody that's like, I am the shit, it's like, man, you need to calm down, you need to check yourself, because nobody likes a dick. And that's really important. You can kind of tell those bands, those artists that haven't paid their dues and haven't had those rough van tours and things, you know, and they just kind of, you know, they need this, they need that, they expect it, they become entitled, and that's just a common rule with humanity, honestly. It's like, nobody likes a dick, so don't be a dick.
No, we're all, and especially on tour too, we're all there together doing the same thing.
I know.
It's like, you would think there'd be some sort of camaraderie, right? But some people, you know, it is what it is. And that's the unfortunate thing, is that they're missing out on hanging out with the other bands and having good times, and you know, wondering what the other people are doing and wishing they were there, but still upset. So, you know, that happens. It's unfortunate. At least we're having fun though.
You're right. You're right. I got a story to talk about. France stuff too. Actually, I think it was on the tour with y'all. whenever we went from Calais to
Oh, I know
Dover.
this story.
You know
Yeah,
this story,
this
so
is
you
a
know.
crazy one, bro. I love.
Whew.
I didn't even really know until somebody told me, and I was like, what?
So
What?
for everybody that's paying attention,
It's crazy.
from France, when you go to the UK, you have to get on a ferry. So it's a giant boat that cars and buses drive onto it, and you cross the channel from one country to the other. So there's a checkpoint, just like there is whenever you go into a different country. So we went through the checkpoint, but actually rewind. Before we went through the checkpoint, we stopped at a gas station to get food or whatever. It's super late. I think it's like 3 a.m. Get little snackies for everybody and whatnot. And then, 30 minutes later, we're at the border. So, everything's normal. We all go. They make you embark your bus, your vehicle you're on. Everybody goes in there. There's food, there's coffee. You can do whatever you want. Basically, you sleep for about an hour. It's about an hour's journey. So when we got to the English side, we were stopped by Border Patrol, which is normal, nothing wrong. And then the agent talked to us and said, so what about these stowaways that you guys have? And, we just think he's joking. And it's like, what are you talking about? Our crew? Yeah, okay, maybe, we're all tired and it's, 5 a.m. now, and thanks, man, No, and he's like, no, I'm serious. Like, there's a family that was in your trailer. There were 3 people, like a mom, dad, and a son. And we're like, what? Are you kidding me? And sure enough, they're like, yeah, somebody broke the lock. They climbed into your trailer. They were huddling there, and they were, trying to come into the country. So we couldn't believe it. It was nuts. They were from Albania. I don't know their story or anything like that. It's awful that, these people had wanted to do that. Or
Very, very.
I don't know the
tragic.
situation. It's like probably in a terrible situation, wanting to get to somewhere safe, somewhere better, or whatever it was. And I was just blown away that it's like, wow, they didn't steal anything or that, nothing to worry about, just other than breaking the trailer lock, But that was nuts, and I can't believe that happened. Of course, we hear stories, us both being Mexico bordering states. Of people coming in, hiding in this, hiding in that. We've been in El Paso before, and been parked at the mall, and like several times throughout the night, Border Patrol's knocking on our bus, like making sure that we're not harboring anybody there. So we're not foreign to this idea of people hiding out, but it's just a crazy ass story that a family hid out in our trailer, crossing from France to England.
So, like, when we heard that too, I was blown away because, like, you kind of hear about these things like almost like jokingly, you know what I mean? Like, but you don't want to joke about it because, like, it's like you said, you don't know what these people are running from. When it's a serious thing, like refugees, especially in that area, are trying to make better for their family, and you wish you could help everybody, but in this situation, when we're on tour and in a different country, we can't do anything about that. So yeah, this when one time the same thing in Calais, France, going to the border, when all those refugees were there, they one time like had a tree down in the middle of the road on fire, and we had like drive by it, you know what I mean? Because refugees were trying to stop cars so they could hop in it and stuff. And it's like, whoa, you didn't know I didn't know it was that real situation until you see it yourself, and it's like, holy crap, these people are really trying to get away from whatever is happening. And it's just so crazy to see those sorts of things, because you hear about it, you read about it, but actually seeing it and living it, is like, whoa. It's like,
dude, it's
definitely opening my eyes of the world. So
and we are fortunate and blessed, I'll say again, to be able to travel for a living. And I really wish that everybody could travel like this, or just in some form of fashion, because it really does make you mature as a person, and really just learn about other people in all walks of life, and get you out of your bubble to know that it's like, not everybody thinks like I think, and they're you know, we have these ideas based on where we grew up, who our parents were, of like what truth is, you know, what our parents believe. And then like anything, you know, you get out of college or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like you meet other people and it's like, man, this is their truth. And that's everything that they've been through is totally theirs. And who am I to come in here and be like, you're wrong? Or it's like, how, you're living a wrong life or something like that. And it's unfortunate because it's like I can say that, like, yeah, that's what I used to believe, and that's how I used to be in a lot of ways until traveling. Like traveling,
get those eyes
is what
open.
did it?
You know what I mean?
know.
I totally agree with that. The culture that you get to digest as a person going to different places and seeing what people eat and how they enjoy things that you think are super gross, but people are liking. It's like, you know what? I think I might like that. Yeah, I want to try it now. You know, these people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
And but that's the culture of understanding culture and giving people a chance. And a lot of people always, you know, feel like they don't want to give people a chance because either A, they're scared, B, they don't want to, or they just don't know how they could find a way to get on the same page with somebody. Yeah. But there is definitely a page anyone could get on if you try to have conversation with somebody, you know, and try to want to learn how to talk to somebody and, you know, just find out something about them and make it interesting. So
we're humans. Yeah. We all breathe the same air, you know, we all eat food and
you're drinking beer right now, which is awesome.
And then,
so
like,
it's even better.
This is a big point of the show for me, of A Few Good Brews. It's like the connections you can make through drink, you know, through food, that it's like that wouldn't happen if you didn't do that. It breaks down a lot of the barriers, and you can get into some real good, deep conversation.
Yeah,
which is important instead of just being, you know, on this side and on this side. So it's like, get to know each other, you know, develop relationships, connections. Like, because of touring and being in a band, I'm sure you can say the same thing. It's like I have amazing friends, you know, all over the world that I keep in touch with, that I text, that, you know, we you know, Instagram back and forth or this and that, and it's all thanks to traveling. So
yeah,
people travel, you know, it's what you need to do.
Please, yeah, go out. I know COVID has really restricted it this last year and year and a half now. It sucks. But, you know, once you feel safe enough, you know, to do that, or if it's safe enough, you know, I want to always tell myself and believe it is safe, but it's not, you know, like I'm vaccinated, I have asthma, like I just don't want to get sick, like get other people sick. But I don't know. I don't feel like there's enough real information of everything of what's out there. So I just try to do my best, you know, keep the people around me safe, and you know, try to be a role model of that.
Be considerate, and you know, people can have different beliefs than you and think differently, whether it be your parents or your friends. But it's okay. You can still be friends, and you should have,
like I said, there's always that common page everybody could always fall back on, you know, even though you don't see eye to eye of politics, sports teams, you name it, you know what I mean? There's things that could always add division.
Lakers.
You know, man,
I can appreciate the Lakers. Y'all have always had a great team, and over the years, I mean, we can change the conversation to sports.
Sports, baby. Lakers. I think Lakers are losing right now too, so it's a little upsetting. But at the same time, it's all good, you know.
I'm sorry.
As a sports fan, you know, winning and losing comes and goes.
You're right.
And you better be happy when you're winning, and you know, you better stay a fan when they're losing.
Yeah. You know, don't be a fair weather fan. That's right. Yeah.
So
let's get into the next beer. All right, I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna pick your choice, dude. This Great Notion is a beer, a brewery that I had on last A Few Good Brews with Johnny from Avenged, and they were excellent. It was the Jammy Pants, I think. It was a fruit beer, and yeah. So this is a double IPA. I actually believe you picked this one, Phil.
I love this brewery. One of my favorite breweries to stop to on tour. They're like scientists in the beer game, you know what I mean? And especially in Portland, you know, the craft that's coming out of there, it's very, very craft heavy.
It's out of control.
So this company, they sent me some stuff earlier this year, like these
Dude,
Meyer
they sent me stuff
lemon.
Too.
I'll get you in definitely get you in connection with them, man. They sent me like I don't know. I don't even like a 48 pack of just everything's. And I still have some Billy's beers in my fridge. You know, I'm like, fuck, they're so fire. I don't want to drink them yet, but it's like, okay, they're kind of old. I got to crack them soon.
Right, yeah. Especially the IPAs. Everybody
yeah, no, IPAs are
those,
gone, thankfully.
beers.
It's just like some fruit stuff, and I'm like, yeah, the fruit's probably old now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But,
yeah, but I was saying they actually reached out, and we're stoked. I had them on my last show, and sent me more stuff to feature. So in the future, probably over the next month, I'm actually going to have some shows with crew members that and shine the light on them and really let people know, you know, what does the tour manager do, what does the guitar tech actually do. I think that's important for a lot of people wanting to like be a crew dude, you know, to
know the actual life of a touring technician, the ins and outs of the business, you know. Man, it's a very, very strange world if you've never been given, like, seen the sort of things from production to building stage to all those things to touring, managing a band, to getting all those things, to have, you know, our rider there every single night. All those sorts of things get planned, obviously, months ahead, and you're going to get the whole insight with Nothing More's Camp, which is awesome because whenever people say to me, why aren't you playing this show? Why aren't you playing this city? It's like, come on, bro. You think it's up to us? You think that we're gonna do you dirty like that? Like not come to LA or not come to like Dallas? No, it's not up to us. You know what I mean? There's all these clauses, everything like that.
A lot of moving parts. Yep, you're right.
But, hey, cheers though.
Yeah, dude. Cheers. I'm very excited about this. I really love Great Notion stuff.
You know what you're getting yourself into when you
the double IPA, man.
When you get one of these hazies, you know, like
look at that consistency. Love it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm pumped about this brewery. Just like you know, they sent me a bunch of stuff, so I can't wait to get into some of these cruise shows and crack open some of theirs. It's gonna. They
have
good.
Some crazy beers, man. Like we said earlier, there's this new science into like these beers and injecting them with flavor, like it's tea or something, but it is like a tea. They go in for like 15-20 minutes and then all the flavors and it's gone. Then that's it. It's pretty weird. It's really quick.
It is nice.
I didn't even know the process until I watched it. You know, I was like, I love beer. Okay, how does it actually made? Okay, cool.
It's a thing. I'm actually my buddy here it's like, dude, you need to get a certified Cicerone. So I'm really thinking about it, taking the test and learning a lot more just for my own personal education, and as I continue to appreciate and enjoy beer from all over the world, just really kind of even more so know what I'm talking about and know the science behind everything, because I don't claim to know everything. I'm just an appreciator of beer, and I like some weird stuff.
We're just big fans of the beer, you know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Big fans of that nice ale. So have you tried any of the recent like they started making like the Viking style ale with like the Viking wheat? Have you had that yet? I forget the name of it.
Mead.
Yeah, mead. That's right.
Oh yeah.
I've only had one. It was so good though, bro. It was from that company Drecker.
Yeah, dude, Drecker's fire. They're so good. They do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, Drecker. I've had the boysenberry pie sour.
Yeah.
Boysenberry pie.
Amazing. Dude, I had a rhubarb pie that
so good.
My buddy gifted me yesterday, and it was just stupid.
Oh, I saw your can share, actually. I saw some, what's it called? Some, what's the name? I'm hitting a blank. It's a...
Urban
let
South,
me see your thing. I just recently hit them up. Homage.
Humble Forager.
Humble Forager. That's right, dude. Their flavors of their beer are like,
dude, they're
top notch.
They're amazing.
You know what I mean?
They do some really, really good stuff, and everyone I've had has been on point, really good. I got giddy because they commented on a comment that I made, and we're like, looking forward to the stream, man. I was like, oh, you're gonna watch.
Man. They just sent me a care package about a couple weeks ago, and I was so blown away. I was like, thank you guys so much. You know, I'm just.
That's so cool.
I just want to like tell people about you guys. You know, like I love your
Yeah.
beer. I think you guys are absolutely amazing, and people need to know about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, they definitely hooked me up with a nice little care package. I still have a couple of those in the fridge too. So, you know, shout out to them for Humble Forger
Definitely.
for making some insane beers.
Yeah. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah,
For
we
sure.
appreciate it, us beer drinkers here.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. But so for everybody that's in the chat, I hope you're you know, talking about watching along. Hopefully you're drinking along too, some tasties. I'm curious, you know, what y'all have to say, if there's anything going on. I'm terrible at doing multiple things at once. So I got my buddy over here, Greg. So if you hear his voice at all, it's Greg.
It's the Wizard of Oz. He's here, but you don't see him.
Yes, yeah, and we like to keep it, you know, the mystery off screen for sure. But he might chime in, you know, with a pertinent question, you know, from anybody watching on our app or any of the socials, for sure.
But I love your guitar though back there. Artistedes, we're Artistedes fan. I gotta call them out too.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Heck yeah, man! This I don't
That's
know
a
if
bad boy.
Have you played an 8 before?
I've had an 8-string one time. I sold it because at the time I wasn't into it. You know what I mean? I really
Yeah, dude,
was not about it.
She's
But that thing is so sick. Is that like the weathered?
like the paint job or whatever.
Yeah. Like relict.
I'm not totally
Vintage?
sure. They did an invert of this basically to where it was mainly white and they were kind of like the black streaks going on. And I was really curious about the 8-string, and I really wanted to, you know, challenge myself for new songs and the new record into kind of learning something a bit different. That is, obviously, it's still guitar. But they were totally down to, dude, you know, they do. Pascal and the team do whatever we ask, and it's amazing. Their skill, their creativity. There's no wood in these guitars.
No wood. We're
y'all.
trying to help the environment, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, definitely. And it plays awesome. There's great sustain. Feels
It's more
really,
sustain
really
than you'd
good.
ever imagine.
Yeah.
Ever imagine anybody, you know what I mean? That thing is
You know what?
a beauty.
I'm gonna plug in right now.
You better just give him a little taste.
That's right.
Of something.
Dude, of course. I'm gonna play this song, you know, that is a pretty good tune, you know. I think you know.
Oh. I think
Do you know
I'm
that
familiar.
Yeah.
Obsolete, I think is the.
But yeah.
It just, I love the tone of once you get so low.
Dude.
When you hear it like in front of house and you have this such low resonance, it just hits you in your belly different, you know?
Dude.
Like I'll never forget watching Deftones play or like Meshuggah, and I was just like, ugh, like my body was overtaken by this tone I didn't even really know.
Yeah. Dude,
I know about drop tuning, obviously. We do things like that, which is still pretty low, but when you get down to like down to G, just one lower just brings it to just.
Dude, and this is E.
And I'm talking, and then you go even lower. It's like,
I know, just freaking
God, to death.
Woo! Oh, got caught in the pickup. But
That sound there, that
dude, Beastie.
artist CDs is
Now, what is it?
ridiculous.
Little Deftones. Man, I really love
Diamond Eyes. That
Mr.
album is so
Carpenter.
good.
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite Deftones. For sure.
Yeah, like I love all their old stuff, you know what I mean? But Diamond Eyes is like their, like, diamond. You know what I mean?
For
Like,
lack of a better
I love
word,
their
for
album
sure.
afterwards too. But Diamond Eyes is very,
It's a
you know,
jam,
as a
you know?
fan, just hits you a different way for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. There's a few new 8-string songs or whatever on our upcoming record, which
Oh.
hopefully we're gonna have a couple songs out real soon. We're just putting the final touches on the mixes and should have masters back as well. I'll send them to you. You know, get
Dude,
a little feedback. You know.
I love to hear it, man. It's super exciting, you know.
Thanks, man.
Just writing music during this time and giving the fans, you know, a little bit extra stuff that we probably wouldn't have because everyone's at home recording or doing whatever. So it's just nice. Like we recently just finished our album at home, and I haven't even seen the band guys in over a year.
Are you kidding me?
I have not seen the band guys in over a year.
Oh my gosh, I thought we had it bad.
I saw
Jeez,
Alan
dude.
a couple times, you know what I mean? Because we worked with this company, so I saw him every now and then. But like Tino or Aaron, I haven't seen
Oh my goodness.
since Tino's birthday, which is February 14th, 2020. So
Oh my gosh, man.
like a
Wow.
year and 3 months, 4 months. So
You're kidding.
It's,
Wow.
and we did an album with, without seeing each other, which was crazy, man. You know, to
Props.
not vibe in the studio. Thank you.
Dude,
But
props,
to
by
not
the
vibe in
way.
the studio together,
I know,
you know,
you do feel disconnected, and there isn't that magic of the jam room.
being there. I feel that, and
I struggled with it, this record for sure, and just vibing off each other, you know, and just okay, we're only file sharing.
yeah, and that's what it was. And I definitely don't hate, you know, that process because it's something new that we had to adapt to this year. But like we had to, you know, how do you figure out songs together? How do you figure out songs not sonically together? You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel everybody's parts in each song when you're not together? So it was very different, but at the same time it was different, but we worked on the album when you wanted to, you know. Say like
nice.
if I wanted to wake up at the middle of the night, couldn't sleep, or Aaron couldn't sleep, he's like, you know, I'm gonna work on the album or do something, or there's times you get inspired and you want to record something, but when you're in the studio with the producer, drums are done, finish, you can't ever touch it again, you know what I mean?
Right.
So doing that at home was very cool because, you know, everything, it's like, hey, Sharp Tone, they wanted the album, they want some songs, send it over now. And it's like, okay, is everybody good? No, let me change something real quick. Okay, send it in, we're good. So it's like we are full in control of everything, but it's still weird because we haven't seen each other.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's been strange, and every band can say that for sure. It's caused us to take even longer. and we do take a while. We're not Tool, you know, so, or I feel like I can throw a little shade on Carnival. I'm still waiting for another freaking record.
Yeah, man, simple boy, you know what I'm saying?
That Sound Awake album, oh my god,
they're groovy, you know. Once bands hit that 6 correctly, you know what I mean, when you're in a 6/8 groove, and it just hits different.
That's
you
awesome.
know, as everybody knows, Perfect Circle, they're the kings of 6. I love a Perfect Circle, and Carnival too. They're just so dynamic with their sound.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I want the album too, man. Come on.
I know. But it's really been a swift kick in the pants for me. COVID has, in regards to like how we do things, because I've gotten all my setup here. You know, I started doing this show, but we, in nothing more, you know, we really treat it like a normal job. So we're all in here. I am from like 8 to 3 or 4 every day, weekday. You know, we take weekends off, and we're just working. Yeah, I'm working on this part. I have one more song to finish guitars on before I can kind of get into instrumentals and various B-sides, you know, that might be an A-side perhaps. We'll see, obviously. But I've done all the guitars and all bass stuff. Dan has come over here, you know. I'm sad to hear that you haven't seen your band in over a year. That's nuts. And fortunately, Texas law is, you know, a bit different, and we've been safe and all that. But Dan will come over. Actually, like, dude, I wish you could have seen this. Like, I think we'll throw up a video on our app, The Few, that we have for members, and that it's an exclusive thing. But he brought in an electric upright for this tune. Dude, oh my word.
That's really
we got
sick.
some whale noises. Like, we got some really, really
experimental
cool songs. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing of being at home for so long too, is like we've done things the same way a lot of times, and that's okay, because that's what we're like, that's how we've learned how to work in our own way. But we have a lot more hours now to sit down and actually listen to the music and add more soundscape, more atmospheric sounds that you probably wouldn't even try before. But now, since you have a little bit more time, you're kind of, you know, playing around with it a little bit too much, but at the same time, you're like, you know, it's going to get done, but you're really enjoying the process.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're really diving into your own artistry even more. Of just like you said, I'm gonna try this. I don't normally get to be this experimental or take the time to do that. I don't get to go down every rabbit hole. You know what I mean? And fortunately, we've had this time. You know, our label's been cool with it and all of that. So just like do your thing. It'll be done when it's done. And sometimes, you know, we do really stupid stuff, and it's like, why did we even go there? You know, a month later, I look back and it's like, man, that was so dumb. But then other times it's like, dude, I'm so happy. Like, I tried this. I tried something
but
different.
You swing and you miss. You know what I mean? But sometimes if you don't swing, you're missing out anyway.
Yeah. What's the Michael Scott quote?
Oh man, what is? I forget, man. I bet my wife would know right away. She knows all his quotes right off the back.
Like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, which is Wayne Gretzky. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott is what I think what it's quoted as.
Right.
So
Yeah. Somebody's probably gonna correct me or do something on the chat for sure. Ooh.
But yeah, it's great to hit all these different rabbit holes and chase things that you wouldn't even chase. Yeah, it could suck for sure. It could sound terrible, but at the same time, at the end of the day, you went that artistic route and tried.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing we could do as artists is do something different, try to do something different, try to get our audience into something new, because nobody as an artist musician, you already know you don't want to write the same album twice. You don't want to write the same album 3 times.
Right.
And it's like, if you like that song from 5 albums ago, that's perfect. That song is still there. But there's way more quality music, like writing style wise now, than you could ever imagine. So, you know, enjoy it.
Definitely. And dude, I'm really psyched about your EP y'all have right now. Everybody, if you haven't heard it, please go check it out. It's got some good riffs on there. Gets pretty heavy, still melodic too. I love seeing Aaron shred his voice, man, and really focus on that. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, did he do all the bass too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything. Yeah. He's the guy actually producing everything. You know, he's doing the mixing, the mastering, bass, the vocals. You know, we send him. Alan does a lot of the edits. We'll do some edits, but you know, we'll send him the midis. He's the one rebuilding everything. He's the one. Really, he's the captain of this of Mice and Men album. He's the guy. He's our producer. He's our songwriter for our band. He's our singer. He's our bass player. Keep throwing stuff on him. He got the wide shoulders. You know what I mean? He could take it for a little bit, but it's been an absolutely wonderful experience to do this all together as a band, not seeing each other, which is crazy. But Aaron has really stepped up to the table. We knew he could produce already, but we invested in ourselves to, you know, be able to do this. You know, even further on, because working with producers, I feel like having the 4 of us working with producers in the past, all of us, you know, they always say like there's too many chefs in the kitchen, you know what I mean? But while everybody's taking bits and pieces from our producer and in studio time, and then we bring it together now, you know, so we all have these ideas, you know, and have all these things and we all share them together. And sometimes it gets very cluttered, like, you know, for instance, a lot of the times when everybody's on board, they're like, I love this. I love to be the guy that says, I hate it. You know what I mean? Just to test them.
You're that
just
guy.
To test their ass. Because if they're on board, all 3 of them, and it's the first version of something, they say, I have to say no. Like, I think we should try another avenue. Because, even if we go back to it and say, you know what, that actually was super fire, which always it happens a lot of the time. And then I have to be like, I was wrong, guys. My bad.
It takes a lot to say.
But I am that guy every single time.
Okay.
I will fight the other way. It's just if everyone's super pumped and comfortable, I have to be that guy. And it sucks, but everybody, you know, we have to try more outlets.
If you
There's
don't
not just
feel
one
it,
way.
Yeah, if it doesn't pass the test, something and nothing more that we always do. Sorry, I'm putting these guys back in my little cooler. I just realized.
Yeah, they got to. Yeah, I got my guys
out.
chilling and making sure they stay a little frosty.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's something you have to do, man. You just if we and nothing more, we kind of do this chills test to where it's like, does it give you goosebumps? Is it badass? Because if it's not, go back. Go figure it out. And that's okay, and it's frustrating, and you can yell till you're blue in the face, at your other members, and we all, at the end of the day, it's like we trust each other, we deal with each other, we see each other at our worst, and at our best. And I know I've been guilty of name calling or this and that before, and I've apologized, and I've been man enough or whatever it is, to do that.
It's respect.
To say, I'm wrong.
You have enough respect to actually. Like to be the person to say I was wrong, to admit defeat in a way.
That's huge.
But a lot of people can't do that.
I know.
So it's good that you do that, and also I do the same thing because you have to be able to have that sort of camaraderie. You have to, like you said, it's a brotherhood. So
and I'll bring up truth for another married man. It's like we have to admit defeat and own it when we're wrong. And it's like, babe, you were totally right. I'm sorry. I was. And
it's always that way typically. Like my bad. My bad. You know. So.
Yep. Oh, you're totally right. And my wife makes me a better man for sure.
Exactly, 110%.
Shout out to the wives.
Yeah.
Boom. That's right. Yeah. Let's kind of talk about that. How did you and your wife meet?
We actually met in Amsterdam at the Melkweg.
Gosh, that's so cool.
One of the most famous venues in one of the most legendary rock venues in Amsterdam, in Holland or the Netherlands. I was playing with ABR is on that tour too. So our very first European tour, I was doing an interview by the canal right there. It's right there.
Yeah.
So I was doing an interview there, smoking a joint. I was like, I'm in Amsterdam, I'm smoking a joint right here.
Right, why
you know
not?
what I mean? Like I have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. I'm smoking a joint, being all badass in the interview, and I went back inside, and the bathroom is like there's a hallway, and then
I totally know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, the bathroom's right there, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, I just walked by it, and I saw this girl outside there, and she was talking and speaking in Dutch to like her friend that was in the bathroom, but I was like kind of messing around, like, who are you talking to? You know what I mean? And I think I patted her on the head.
Oh,
like,
that's awesome. Love it.
Whatever. Long story short, she's actually a photographer at the time for magazine Up magazine, which is like a Dutch rock and roll magazine. She was a photographer and took photos of ABR. She's liked our band. She took photos of our band, and I kept in touch with her, and she said, hey, I have these photos of you, I'd love to send them to you. I was like, yeah, I'd love to, and got them. And then I always thought, I was always attracted to her, and then one time, the next time we went out to Europe, I asked her, I was like, hey, we kept in talk. It wasn't like super random, like, hey, what's up? And it's like, no, we kept in talk. And, we talked about me coming out before a tour and hanging out, and that really like,
nice.
That was the time where like we fell in love,
That's
and,
awesome, dude.
we then knew then that was the time, like, that was it. This is my love. Like,
that's so cool.
All I found, it took me, to go all throughout the world to find this, but I've actually found it. So, it was such a crazy experience, to have to do a long distance relationship, but at the same time, we were going to Europe 4 or 5 times a year at the time. We were straight up. This is when we were doing over 200 shows a year.
Right.
So we were just always going back and forth. She would come out here, we'd go back there.
Yeah.
And then 7-8 years ago, she moved out here. So
that's so cool.
It's been since then, yeah. And what a crazy,
what an adventure.
Crazy
life.
Yeah, what an adventure.
It's like because of the band. Like you met your love. You met your wife.
Exactly, and you never know. these sorts of things that happen in your life, and just very grateful, to even be in a band, number one, to get to go to Europe, number two, and find the love of my life, number three, and then get to share this life together, that we have done for the last 10 years knowing each other. So or 8, whenever, I don't know the actual dates, my bad, when we first met each other.
Nice.
But we've been married 7 years, so shout out.
That's amazing. That's cool. You're ahead of me. We'll be 7 years in October, my wife and I.
Awesome.
So right around
That's
the same time. I actually met her out.
I was gonna ask you, so how about you?
Yeah, outside of the band, the band and friends, we weren't playing, but we went on a cruise, and I totally met my wife, and we immediately hit it off. Really started an amazing deep connection right away, and just I just knew it really was one of those things. You could say all the cliches, like I wasn't looking for anything, she wasn't looking for anything, and then we both, I mean, it had been 6 months or whatever, gotten out of relationships, this or that, but we weren't we didn't think we were ready to date again or whatever. We were working on ourselves and all of that, and we just hit it off. Like it was so cool, and I'm so grateful, that we met in international waters, and so of course for our honeymoon, we had to go on a cruise.
It had to, baby.
Yeah.
That's your motto. That's your thing.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that's what our thing too is. We haven't been together in the Netherlands since she lived there. Yeah. So it's been a long time since we've been there. That's like that's our goal, is to be together in the Netherlands, because I'll visit them on tour when I'm out there. We usually typically have a day off in the Netherlands, so I always take a day train to visit the fam. Take the day train back to Amsterdam the same day, or the next day, and play the gig. Life goes on, so it's always nice to see them. But
that's cool.
Yeah, we want to be there together because we haven't had done that. And I think next Christmas, I really want us to be there.
Soon. Yeah, that's cool. I hope so, man. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. That's cool. Let's
need to travel.
I know. Shoot, we've been. Oh yeah. What we got, Greg? Oh, okay. So everybody wants to know about Great Notion.
I'll pour a little bit more than of it. Yeah. Let's taste it again.
Here we go. We're gonna taste it again, y'all. So guys, this is a Ripe from Great Notion. It's a double IPA. They are out of Portland. Phil has in fact been to the brewery. I haven't yet. They've sent us both beers before. I'm excited to continue featuring them on my show. And let's see what else. Let's see. It's got it's a 7%er.
I'm trying to see they're always about the hops they put in. It's like Sycamore, is the Galaxy hops.
Right. Let's see.
It doesn't say on the actual
Citra?
can.
Yeah, we got. I love Untapped. My buddy Greg over here is looking at it on Untapped. It's like Instagram or Facebook for beer. If you aren't on there, get on there.
I am on there.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
I have to add you then, because I know your thing is probably psycho. So I really want to see all this stuff you're drinking.
If you think I'm psycho, I mean, I'm sure you've seen other people with like their 30,000 check-ins and 30,000 different beers. I'm at like 3,000, which I'm proud of. My older brother's at like 9,000, and he totally got me into craft beer and just good tasties.
Yeah.
This is Citra hops. You can totally taste it for sure. It's a great solid double IPA. Double IPA is typically means it's just kind of sat in the hops for a bit longer, so it grows a bit stronger. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's more bitter or anything like that for anybody listening. It's just I actually prefer like double and triple IPAs. They're like smoother and a lot of times like thicker. There's more flavor.
Flavor is definitely there. And the California, the Pacific Northwest area, they get their hands on some fresh hops. They truly do. And that's the big difference about all these companies too that come out with the really fresh stuff, is their hops are the next day delivery type of stuff. And I don't know how these companies get it done to be so fresh and quick, but like I said earlier, I'm really loving how this craft beer has changed dramatically From like Samuel Adams being like the OG dude. He's the OG dude, you know what I'm saying? Sam Al, you're my boy, you know, you're the OG,
Right.
triple OG of craft. So if it wasn't for good old Sal Am, we wouldn't have these things.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I was stoked about Shock Top. I'm not throwing, shit on them or anything. But
no
it's
throwing
like,
shade to the I like to call them the shelfie beers.
oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Because there's some good shelfies out there, like you can't hate on a PBR and the classics, you know what I'm saying?
What else are
There's
you
some
gonna
shelfies
shotgun?
out there that I respect. Definitely.
Yeah.
What's your favorite shelf beer? Or a few?
Dude, I've had some good times with some Miller High Life.
Living the high life, baby. Champagne, you know
Dude,
what I'm saying?
Dude, when it was ramen time and I really couldn't afford much, I was so stoked about that $10 for a 12-pack.
Yep.
And that was awesome. That would be, our weekend or whatever, and I was pumped about that. Gratefully, we've graduated onto the silly things like slushy beers and
The really nice
yeah,
the nice ale.
Dude, yeah. And like this double IPA, this is awesome, and beer has exploded, and you need to get into it. If you're not, support local, taste the flavors.
Taste everything, don't be shy.
It's special, and it's an amazing time for beer right now.
Yeah, that beer is really good. Ripe.
I'm saying we continue on into this double IPA. We actually have 2 on the list this month, so we're gonna go into the safety porpoises. These dolphins with hard hats over here that y'all can
I
see.
love them so much.
Dude, yeah, awesome. You've gotten into Goliath. That's right. Yeah, Goliath Brewing. Yeah, they have the Pseudo Sue, which gratefully my buddy Greg here has actually gotten me into. They're one of the best IPAs out there.
This is my first time
arguably.
trying them.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I never had this, so
That's
I'm really excited to try this.
Nice. Yeah, they're. Is this a collab? Yeah, it is a collab. It says right there, Black Stack. So yeah, I'm definitely curious. about
Citra,
this beer.
Nelson, Sabro, Galaxy,
wow.
Sycamore, Cairo hop. It has a lot of
Yeah,
hop in it. Lots of flavor in here.
it does. Yeah, there's a bunch going on. We'll see how she fares. Ooh, thick for sure. Creamy, nice head.
Has a nice color.
Dude, it does. Yeah, gotta rep the roadmap too. Anyway, you probably can't even see it or whatever. Yeah, just local brewery, good stuff. It's probably still hard to see. Anyway, I had a cool glass. But yeah, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers, 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 cheers.
Cheers.
Smells good, tastes good.
What do you think? How does this fare to Great Notion, what we just had, which is also a double IPA?
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot more going on here. It is more bitter.
It has a lot more punch on your tongue, I'd say that. Not saying it's not smooth, but it definitely has a little bit more hoppiness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a hop forward.
Yeah, it's really tasty though. It's a definite. If you're in the sun, you could pound, but you could definitely sip on it. A nice sipping.
Yeah. If you're into
Sipping bad boy.
IPAs, this is definitely what you want. If you're not, it's definitely not what you want.
Yeah, I would say this is like a full flavor marble red. You know what I'm saying? Like fresh hop,
wine, right.
fresh hard flavor.
is
You know what I
fresh,
mean?
right,
Like
yep.
strong decision on IPA hop flavor.
Yeah.
You know,
It is
definitely.
making a statement. Like,
yeah.
I am here. I am IPA.
It definitely is. Yeah.
I'm strong. I
When
am
you
tasty.
sip it, it definitely hits your tongue.
Yeah.
IPA.
Yeah.
But I love IPA. So
Yeah. Dude, I
Not mad at
can't
it.
believe like the milkshake IPAs there are now. They're so thick, so creamy. I had it's like strawberry shortcake hazy
Oh, man.
IPA last night.
uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
How was that?
It was amazing. It was so good. I mean, one of my favorite things. You saw my beer share or whatever, like from Friday night. I love getting together with good friends, and everybody has, 3 or 4 beers that they bring, and we just all share. There's like 6 people, and you just have, so you do have like 20 beers, but you only
It's a
have
plethora.
this much in your glass, and it just, you really get to try a lot, and it's, I don't know, it's just fun. Plus it's a good hobby. I don't know if you go around town now that things are open again, you know, like looking for that liquor store or that brewery that's like, I know I'm gonna get some fire here.
Yeah, I got a friend that owns a craft beer shop out here. The shop name is Craft Brew Kings.
Dude,
and
I know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so Mo, the owner of that, shout out to Mo, shout out Craft Brew Kings.
Nice.
He gets all the crazy shit. Like, that's my guy. You know, my buddy Ernie, he showed me them, and I was like, holy crap, are you, like, he's got everything. Like, that's where I get Drecker, that's where I get my great, you know, when they don't send it. He has things that, you know, that only Craft Beer Kings has.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really lucky to have that out here, because that really showed me so much craft, and they do delivery too. So during COVID, and I didn't want to go out, you know, he would just take care of me, send me some stuff, and I would just have fantastic beers that I had no idea they were. So
super blessed.
Yeah, man. So it's
That's awesome.
Craft beers, like you said earlier, has just exploded in such a huge,
I love
awesome
it now
thing going
that
on.
Our local grocery store, HEB, shout out to them. I mean, all we've been
The
doing
Heb.
is shout out. Dude, the Heb. Henry Edward Butt. That's what it stands for. Dude's last name is Butt. That's all right. I got Vollelunga. And
I got a long ass last name too, Manansala.
Manansala.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, Manansala is like the proper American way, but Manansala is the Filipino take
that's
on
interesting. When did you learn that? The correct pronunciation? Did your parents off the bat, you know, right when
I think when I was like when I started to realize, you know,
that's cool.
how to, like, when teachers would ask me, like, are you Philip Manansala or Manansala? You know what I mean? And I asked my parents, because I had no idea. I was like, what do you mean? I thought I just say Manansala, but it's like Manansala is the
Dude,
correct
that's
one.
cool. And I say that I can relate. Until just a few years ago, like, my parents went over to Sicily. Our name is Sicilian origin, and it's actually spelled wrong. My great-grandpa came over to San Francisco, and he spelled his A's like O's, and so it became Vollelunga. And my whole life, I've been saying it like that, telling the teachers, telling this person whenever you announce me, it's Vollelunga. And up until, again, recently, like, I learned it was Vollelunga. It's like, of course,
give it that
like
Italian,
you're Italian,
you know,
Vollelunga.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just give it that real flavor.
Yeah. So it was like, man, I've been living a lie.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I don't even know how to say my own last name, which is funny. And it's also funny I say that. I got a good buddy of mine that lives in North Texas, that's from Torino. And he was like, no, Mark, your name is Vollelunga.
Listen,
not Vollelunga. You know,
not the American dialect. Come on, give it its actual flavor.
Yeah. So that was, I don't know, that was eye-opening. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool to learn. You know. Yeah. Definitely.
It is.
To learn your actual heritage, where it's actually from. Yeah. You know, like, you want to know because, you know.
Yeah. And it's weird because of that. It's like, my family now we are the only Vollelungas in America.
Wow.
Which is crazy, but that's also because it's a spelling error.
Exactly.
But it's kind of cool that it's like, I can say, damn right, in the country, I'm the only Mark Vollelunga.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Which is that is the correct spelling, and it's a town in Sicily. And that's, I don't know, it's funny. I need to connect with long lost cousins and people, and I want to go
man,
to Sicily
I've watched a lot of Travel Channel stuff about Sicily, and I think that they have like one of the oldest population rates, correct? Like,
wow.
I'm pretty sure they have.
I don't even know.
One of, I think it's Sardinia that's like number one, but I know Sicily's is super close.
Sure.
So, and also, you know, isn't The Godfather based off of Sicily?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like mafia stuff,
yeah,
maybe
dude, there's
you have
totally
mafia
some mafia
ties.
Stuff. I've heard. I don't know, when my parents went over, they're like, "Don't worry, we're not tied to the mob. We found out for sure." But I'm not so sure, because it's like, it used to be.
You can lie about it.
Right. It used to be Palermo, which is a town
Yeah.
there, and I think
I know Palermo, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all related.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
We're all
We
from the same tree.
Yeah, we all have good and bad in us all the time, and we make the decision, you know, on what to do. So, you know, it's
At the time.
yes, yeah, at
Yep.
the time, under pressure, under pressure.
Great song.
Dude,
Such a good
phenomenal.
song.
God rest your soul, David Bowie. You're the man,
And Fred Merck, too.
dude. I
That's
know.
like the collab of the century. They recorded that in Switzerland, in Interlaken. That's where actually Freddie Merck is buried, is
I didn't know that.
in Switzerland, in that area, because it's
Wow.
like the most beautiful place in the world.
Gotcha.
I-
Like that
so
was his
sick.
spot. That's where he.
Yeah, that's where he
Wow.
wanted to be. That's where he's buried, and that's where he wanted.
That's really cool.
And yeah, I when we started traveling, I always looked into those things, like
Yeah.
where did people like record, and where is the studio at. And one of the times was Queen. I looked up where they recorded, and they recorded in Switzerland with David Bowie. And then I took a really long
Recorded
dive
with him.
into that studio session,
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm really happy we got that song out of it.
Dude, yeah, I know. It's a great song. You know, way to go, Vanilla Ice. Like, you're so original, you know.
Imagine being somebody to say, it's not like that. It's like so upsetting to
No.
Queen's
Just own
musical
it.
aesthetic. Yeah.
Just own it.
Like, you could say it, it's just messed up. No respect to
Yeah.
real artistry. I mean, not saying Vanilla Ice ain't no artist, because he did his thing. You know, he's still doing his thing now,
Sure,
whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, Queen to Vanilla Ice artistry, you know what I'm saying? Who's original? Queen. It's not even in the same
Yeah.
book
I feel
of
like we could
legendary.
Probably all agree on that, perhaps.
Not even in the same book of anything,
yeah.
except like hits that they've sold. But Queen's, like, I've watched that documentary. Did you watch that? The Queen
Oh, yeah,
documentary?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. Oh
The
my
movie,
gosh.
yeah. It
So
was
good.
great.
And I didn't even know.
It was really,
Like,
really good.
I didn't know anything about Freddie Mercury before that. You know, I didn't know anything about his lifestyle, or who he was, who he
Yeah.
actually, his ethnicity. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
yeah, that was cool. They
he
really
did not
tapped into
look.
that.
I thought he was like half white,
Yeah,
or
just
something like that.
just
How
white
he
dude.
looked.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah,
being Middle Eastern, and to
Right.
be put on the spotlight during that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just shows how much that band's music impacted that time. It didn't matter who it was. That band's music was absolutely one of a kind. Like, and we're just so
Still-
lucky to have artists
Dude,
like
still
that.
today, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh man, Queen was so experimental. I mean, you can say the greatest song of all time is arguably Bohemian Rhapsody. It's
Yeah.
so progressive. It's so random. It's so out
But
there,
it's classic too.
and it's amazing.
Yeah,
Man, from a technical point, from a lyrical point, from a songwriting point,
to
it's
the
just like-
harmonizing,
oh my
to
God.
the performance.
Yep.
To put that on album at the time, there's no auto tune. This is on tape. So
Unreal.
Brian May's solos are just going, and he's playing with the nickel. Don't forget that he's playing with nickel guitar
I
pick,
didn't even know that.
and just shredding so
Golly,
hard. And it's
yeah.
like, this artistry is so different to like watching a modern singer, you know, like Bieber or something in the studio. He's like, I'm gonna do as many takes as I can to make it perfect. These dudes had one chance, or like
God, I know.
maybe, you know, they had thousands of tons of pounds of reel during these
freaking tape.
records. You know what I'm saying? So
We got it easy. We got it easy,
man,
Phil.
we have it so easy compared to the
Oh,
how
my
they
word.
recorded in the past. And I respect those artists so much, because it's
Yeah.
I feel so like not as talented as them, because it's so like so real and so raw, because I could just delete something until it's perfect, or even just fucking cut something and move it.
I know.
And it's
man.
like, dang it, why did I
Chop
do
it
that?
up.
I should just do it over again and
I
take the
know.
process. Enjoy the process. You have to suck. You have to nail it. And that's something I've learned too, is that you just keep going, and
Yeah,
you have to believe
I have
in
been
yourself.
pushing myself in that regard instead of just editing my take all the time
Mm-hmm.
into really just trying to get one take. And it's
You
like,
can't edit
that's
it on stage.
Yeah. Oh, totally. And
You know?
that's
So-
live. That's live, baby. You know. So, and I gotta throw some props your way for sure, man. I want to say, before Nothing More, before we really had our success, especially with Ballast, when This Is the Time blew up, you guys were an influence for sure. And it's like I can honestly say, and like This Is the Time, it's like you hear that da-da-da-da. It's like, it's
that
just
little
that
pickup.
There you go. That simple thing. It's like certain things that you hear in certain genres of music, like metalcore or whatever, and it's like where y'all there's your roots, and it's like just that little da-da-da-da. It's like, oh man, it sounds so badass, and totally influenced my playing and in my songwriting. And it's like the Ballast riff before, like the one before you hear, it's just drony. It's like Deftones. It's pretty terrible. And it's like, Mark, we need to rewrite this riff. We need it to be cool.
Pick it up.
And like totally, like I just want to say, it's like you guys totally influenced that riff, among others for sure, into my playing. I'm just a hodgepodge. I just take everything that I've learned. I'm a sponge, all the good, and I just put it out there. I do my best with being unique, with being creative, with being artistic. I'm sure you could say the same, but just you hear da 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 da, like straight up, like
Yeah, man.
dude. So thank you. Those little 2 seconds or that 1 second of riff, like thank you.
And no, man, it means a lot, because you guys have evolved that. You know what I mean? You personally have evolved that, and that's the best thing, is taking things from your favorite artists and evolving that. And we are all influenced some way. It doesn't matter who it's from, it doesn't matter who it's by, but if we like something, you're going to take it. Like you said, you're a sponge. I'm also a sponge. We take it in, and then we absorb it, and then we take our musical talent and try to not, like, you just get inspired to make something that sounds like something, but it's you, so it's different. It's your take. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And actually, I remember you told me this. We were at the Golden Gods festival in the UK. We were on the yacht party.
That's when we met, dude.
We took the yacht, you know what I mean, 2014,
Open bar.
2015. Yeah,
14,
dude, bro, this is long. This is a really, that was a long time ago, and I would never forget that. We had some drinks, and I think you told me something along the lines of that too, and I was like, man, that's so sick, because your song is like blowing up on the radio, huge. And I'm like, fuck. Like, we got to figure out how we could evolve just with the that to melodically do something,
have it grow to do this
exactly.
to do that. We're all, and the thing is, at the end of the day, like, you could hate, or you could realize we're all on the same team, and we're all just making music together, and we absorb the good things about everybody. And it's like, dude, what you did on that tune, like, that's so awesome. I've been trying to do that, and like you made it happen, and I'm so pumped. It's like you each kind of like a scientist or something with discoveries. It's like you push each other, you challenge,
you feel each other's fire,
boom,
in a way, and you don't even know it sometimes. You know what I mean? And that's just the cool thing about creativity in this game that we do, is that obviously you don't, like I said, you don't want to write the same album, but you want to take aspects of things that people liked and make it musically new for them, and give them a new avenue of your musical talent, but still give them a taste of what they liked before. But obviously that's hard sometimes, and people are like, why don't you just write this again? It's like, okay, chill out, Like I said earlier, it's musically way better. Just give it a listen, and I promise that you'd like it way more. So
totally. And the thing is, a band, it's like every band goes through their own journey, their own maturity, and they're just like you said, they're not going to write the same album twice. It's going to be a bit different. It's going to grow. It's going to mature like fine wine. Hopefully, that's always the goal. But there
could be some bad takes, though. And there could be some bad bottles that come out here and there. But those battles get out of the way for the good ones coming the next stuff, or even on the same album. So
stepping stone. You're right. Yeah. Dude, let's get on to the next beer. Are
we doing the bottle now?
Oh yeah, it's my turn. Damn straight. Yeah. Okay, we got a question. We got a question from the chat.
So, if y'all, after music and after everything, what would your career be?
Oh, I've joked about this question for a long time. I don't know if you've heard the. Did you hear Greg say that, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Oz? Yes.
So yeah, you go first. What would your career be, Phil, if you didn't do music?
If I didn't do music, I already know, like, I love food. I love to cook for people. I would be a cook 110%.
That's cool.
I would be in that cook. I would be in the kitchen slaving for 14 hours to make sure people are happy, and to see the happiness that my food delivered to somebody makes me pure joy, because I love food and I love happiness. And I think that food is a magical thing, to where even if you're hangry, if you're hangry, you're most mad being hangry, you eat something, 5 seconds later, bang, you're already feeling better. And it's like, it's such a magical thing. So yeah, I think I'd be a chef. You know, I really I love food. Absolutely. But anyway, yeah, I'd be a chef. So how about you?
That's awesome, man. I also love food. I also love cooking. I'm totally random in the kitchen, as far as I don't like following recipes. I just try to, add a little this, add a little that. What do I got in the fridge? What can I put in? So whenever it comes to following a recipe, maybe I'm not so good. But aside from all that, I've always joked about working at Discount Tire. Because I don't know, it's just, it feels like a really stable job. I go to Discount Tire all the time. I actually have to go tomorrow because I got a freaking flat on my Corolla. It's time to get all new tires, so yay, $1,000 or whatever it is.
It's always the worst. And yeah, my car has 2 different tires, small in the back, bigger, so I have to buy
no.
Yeah, it's bad. So what I do is I buy 8 tires at a time.
Oh damn. Okay.
It's so bad. So they hold, because I have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and they give me a discount. But it's still terrible, because then it's like, like $1,800, but it lasts me like a year and a half. You know, and they give me free, balancing, changing, because I can't get tire change. What's it called? When they switch tires around, because I burn more spots, and also I have 17 in the front, 18 or 19 in the back. So it's like, thanks, car. I didn't know when I bought you had that.
For being complicated, for being a pain in the ass. God, Sharon.
It's my own fault though. I didn't know. I bought the car. I didn't know too much about it, but I like my car.
It happens. Yeah, it was your fault.
I'm paid for it, so whatever.
But yes, I would totally work for Discount Tire, especially come to touring. Dude, Discount Tire is your friend. With so many flats, it's like, oh man, ran over a nail again.
And they're everywhere too.
Dude, they are, and they'll replace, your tire for free if it's not bigger than a pinhole. Which actually I had to pay recently because it was bigger than a pinhole, which sucked, but whatever. Stuff happens, and that's what happens. Anyway, Discount Tire, that would totally be my job. Let's do this.
Discount Tire.
We're gonna do the bad boy. We're gonna do this bottle, y'all.
Have you been to had Cotillion from Belgium yet?
No. Tell me about this.
So when we did our breakdown, on tour, I ended up staying in Europe for 4 to 5 weeks afterwards to do my backpacking, because I was like, I've never been to Europe, so I'm going to do my backpacking trip. You know, that's what you want to do. You want to do a European backpack as that's
so cool.
That's what you wanted to do. I've always saw it in movies and things like that. So I was like, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I stayed in Belgium for a week and a half, and I just drank insane. I didn't know what I was drinking at the time, because I was younger. I didn't care. I was like, oh, whatever. It's super bomb, it's super rare. Oh, it's from this monk. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right?
Trapeze. Oh, triple. Yeah, let's go. So
nice.
And now I think back about it, I'm like, oh my God, when I first went to Belgium, I had some of the best of the best. And then when I go back now, I make sure to always drink this beer called Cotillion. So Cotillion, you been to Brussels before?
No, man. We always play.
Oh man, you gotta go. You play Antwerp.
Bingo. We always play.
You play
Antwerp.
Tricks,
Yeah,
Antwerp.
we
Yeah.
played Tricks. We played.
I know that.
A few other venues there. We need to play freaking Brussels. I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
once you get to Brussels, that's like my favorite place
Wow.
to drink. You know, I go
Oh, yeah,
to Delirium.
Dude, love Delirium. Yep.
I go to the bar. They got the Absinthe bar right across the street. So if you want to go super crazy,
You see
you know,
pink
you have
elephants, right? Delirium.
Absinthe there, and then you go to Delirium. You go have all the Delirium, and then every beer is just so amazing. Belgian beers,
Yeah.
the true craft, and I got to like try the Westhaven Monk, like the super rare.
Oh,
You know,
God.
they only do one batch a year, and I've actually had that a couple times, and that beer right there is like, okay, I get it. But Cotillion, let me finish Cotillion.
Yes.
So you never been to Brussels? They have this little doll, which you've probably seen. It's like a mannequin pissing, you know, like a small little
Okay.
mannequin pissing. Anyway, it's called Mannequin Piss in Belgium. So yeah, super funny.
Oh.
Mannequin, and they also have Jenica Piss, which is a girl doll pissing.
Female. Yeah. Okay.
And it's right outside the Absinthe bar. So funny. Anyway, so Mannequin Piss is piss. They say Mannequin Piss is like the idol of Brussels, and it pisses out Cotillion, which is Cotillion is like when you have to look it up, but I'll never forget the first time I drank it. It tasted like sour apple candy
Oh yeah. That's what
with
you
like a
want.
cherry on top, and I was like, "What is this? Like like
Lambic or whatever. yeah.
what? Like seriously, I have no idea what this is."
So
But I really appreciate it now because I figured out what it is,
Yep.
and it's such a beautiful, you know, art that has made such an ancient time that still speaks in volume today.
yeah. Which this is. Do you know how to pronounce this actually? Then, so the wood gaze or no? This. I mean, this is right. Like Lambic Browerage. I don't know.
I don't want to slam it.
I know.
Like I don't want to hose them. I have no idea, but it's
Yeah.
from Belgium. I know that.
Yep.
Three Fontaine,
Yep. Got a rep.
Ode Gaze.
That's our guess.
Ode Gaze.
Somebody fact check us, correct us for sure.
It is 60% malted barley, 40% unmalted wheat, old hops, and water. Like it says old hops. What is an old hop?
It's a great question. There's so much I don't know, and but here's to appreciating beer.
Yeah.
No.
Cheers. How do you like this beer, by the way?
Dude, I haven't had this one before.
Let's see.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's straight up lambic.
Yeah, that's like a.
Oh wow.
You know when you're in Belgium and you have the peppercorn sauce? Have you had the like brown steak peppercorn sauce yet?
Oh, damn!
Man.
That sounds so good.
Oh, dude, like so many. You know the Chouf, the beer Le Chouf
Yes. Yeah.
has a little
I've
gnome.
had that. Yep.
Little gnome, man. I was pounding those little gnomes, eating
Dude,
this
the little
peppercorn,
gnomes, yeah.
French fry, and mussels. You know, when I was eating
Damn.
seafood back in the day. That's what Belgium's known for is their mussels and frites. Steak
Okay.
frites is like the OG, and you have the beer. It doesn't get any better. You know?
I gotta
Absolutely.
experience Europe with you. That I mean, and we already been on a damn tour. you know?
Yeah, but that tour though, dude, we got like you know, like
We
we
got
were saying
time.
earlier, we
Yeah,
got treated so
hopefully.
bad. We got treated so bad.
Yeah.
And it was really upsetting to get treated that way, obviously, because when you're on tour, you want everybody to like hype everybody up,
I
you
know,
know, and
it's-
be super pumped. That then
Summer
the person
camp.
on top is just making it not fun for everyone
Oh
else
my
underneath.
I know.
What kind of feeling do you think that makes everybody feel when they show up to the venue? You know, like, do I even want to show up to the venue? You know what I mean? Like, or am I just gonna hide out in the bus or go get some nice food or beer so I don't have to be with the people that I don't like to see?
I know.
You know?
I know. And you know, we don't need to name.
No.
names or-
Yeah. There's no names, but it's just uncomfortability of
Dude, Totally.
that feeling.
Like,
It's
that
like
was-
we should just be boys. Like,
Yeah, we're all on the same team here. We're all
Yeah.
on tour together. Like, we should have good times. We should be hanging out after the show, which, granted, you know, we sort of did.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a rough tour, man. We were all in poor spirits. Our crew was your crew.
our crews
Oh
were
my
miserable.
God, yeah, they were
all
so
of our
pissed
crews
off,
were
and it
miserable,
was
and
really
that's always
sad.
the worst when the crew's not feeling it because
I
you're gonna
know.
And me, we feel part of our crew. We want our crew to be happy. We want them to succeed. But when they're succeeding and still losing, we're losing the battle in the long run. So yeah, that was a tough one for sure. But life goes, we got through that. We played some awesome shows.
We did.
We drank some great beers, and now we're off of it. So
yeah, tis true. Oh man, this is a good beer. Wow, it's so funky. It's really sweet.
Has that like weird, almost like a sour.
I know. The funk. You really taste that on the finish, the ending or whatever. And right up front, you get the sweet.
Yeah. So this bottle is bottled. The one I have is December 2017.
I have the same.
Yeah. So it's been sitting for
20.
What? 5 years?
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I will. I'll read the bottle. Okay. Damn. Oh, best before. Wow. October of 37. Jeez.
We gotta let this sit for a long time.
That's awesome. Goodness.
Imagine the flavor, the depth of flavor that sort of beer will have created over 20 years of sitting.
Damn. Yeah. That's
like,
so cool.
I'd almost be afraid to drink it, but I'd be like, I know it's good. It says it on the thing. So if something happens.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It's their fault.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah. They bottled this December of 17. So yeah. I've been sitting for a little bit.
I mean, it's vintage. Cheers to nice, fine vintage, my friend.
Yeah. We're blessed for sure. I hope everybody listening is drinking some good stuff too. Here's to being alive, for experiencing life and experiencing.
Especially after this last year and a half for everybody going through the trials and tribulation that we never thought we would experience in our lifetime. I kind of joked around to people saying, oh, the Great Depression is going to happen. And they said it's going to, it happened in the stock markets, 100 years ago, but it definitely happened in people's mental morality.
Dude.
Of being captured in a way to not be able to do anything. So I feel like people's brain morality is definitely, there is a Great Depression, but it's not what it was 100 years ago. It's people not fully understanding how to actually live their life how they're supposed to right now, and that's like really
very
messed up.
Live it without interaction, without people. And I don't know, I'm just gonna go there. It's like, God rest my grandpa's soul. Unfortunately he passed last fall, and it wasn't due to COVID, but we couldn't go see him because of COVID, and I couldn't fly out there for fear of
getting sick.
Getting my family sick, my wife and my son. And man, it just sucks. It's like my older brother took care of him at the end, and it's like he developed this and developed that, and it's like my dad had to talk to these doctors and those doctors. Nobody knows what's wrong. He had this crazy skin condition. It's just, he's old, he's just falling apart. And it sucked that we just couldn't say goodbye, and
you couldn't be there. And I think that's something I feared the most, touring always, not knowing my parents' health all the time and things like that is not being able to say that, and be there for them. So my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry you dealt with that. Especially during COVID. AP actually, his wife went through the same thing. His mother-in-law, they could barely see them. He couldn't even see her, but she could see her for, I think, 30 minutes every other day or something like that. And it's like.
And just for everybody listening, can you tell them AP?
Yeah, Aaron, our bass player, our singer bass player, his wife, his mother-in-law, has passed, and which is very heartbreaking. R.I.P.
It's horrible.
Pama Mama, and she, during this time when you can't see somebody and be close to them when you want to and you need to be there, but you can't. It's like probably the because I didn't go through it, but I see how people feel, like probably how you feel. It's like the most demoralizing thing probably ever you've had to experience, and you can't actually be there because of health and safety protocol, but it's your family.
I know.
So I can't even imagine.
I know.
Like I said, I always fear for that call if I'm on tour, because that's some real life shit. Straight up, like, touring's fun and all, but you got to understand, we're real life humans. We care so much about the things going on at home and with our families. That it just we're
we
human.
have to make some hard decisions. When things come up, it's like, all right, am I going to cancel these 2 shows because this is happening, and I'm going to fly out, and I'm going to be there when I need to be there. It's like, I remember we did a tour a couple years ago. It was my son's first day of kindergarten, and it's like, I'll be damned.
You want to be there.
I'll be damned if I'm not there. Like, we're missing these shows. I'm sorry, everybody that wants to see this and wherever we are, but I'm just not going to play them.
No.
I gotta put
and nobody could fill in either for us. And that's something too that I always say to people is that there's no fill in. We don't get sick days. Like, we give everything out of our heart and soul, even if we're not feeling it. We give it to our fans every single show. And it's not like I'm trying to get a pat on the back or something like that, but sometimes it's just like, we sacrifice so much to put these shows on, to not see our friends, not see our families, not go to graduations, not be there for the biggest moments in somebody's life of you want to be there. And that's been 10 years, 12 years of my life.
And
you know what I mean?
I know I had to cancel my own honeymoon. Like, I was so pissed off at the rest of the guys, and it was like, we were just starting, and things were just happening. That it's like we couldn't say no. We couldn't go into this deal being like, hey, I got to be gone for a week, type of thing. And I was so angry. Yes, later it's like we did postpone it, and we just went later. But for anybody knowing, that's like, when you get married, it's like, it's a thing, and it's like, that's why the honeymoon's there. It's like, I'm gonna get away from the world. I'm gonna focus.
You want to capitalize the time with your love somewhere and create a memory. At a time of a peak of your love situation when it just got, situated. So
so I flew in, a few days before the wedding. I bachelor party, rehearsal, dinner, wedding, bye. So that was it. Fortunately, I was able to do that, I guess. And for anybody knowing, it's like, oh man, you plan wedding for 2 years, and we're doing a wedding. They invite everybody and their mom and their
family's coming.
Cousin. We're just gonna do it up. Hopefully, I believe it. This is it. I'm not being married again or anything like that. But this is gonna be a fucking party. We're gonna have a great time, and we did, and it was amazing. But it was hard just flying back to tour. And just be like, hey, all right, wife, bye. We're married now.
Like,
see ya.
Life happens. And that, when my wife and I got married, we got married, and then I left for tour for like 8 months, because at that time we were touring it like that hard. You know what I mean? And it was like so difficult because she just moved, and
she moved to a
I was gone.
country.
I was gone. In the country.
That's
and I was
so
gone.
hard.
And just like how you felt, like desperation, like I feel so bad that I'm not there, and but I'm so respectful that she believes in my passion, and I'm very thankful. So because if she wasn't there and backing me all the time, it would be very difficult, because then we wouldn't see eye to eye on things, because this is our life, touring and all that stuff, and there's just so many compromises people don't understand that we take, and that we risk so many things, but we love what we do. And that's what brings me back to stage and music, because that's what I love. I love doing that stuff, and I love sharing my passion with everyone else. And it just sucks sometimes when you have to be pulled away from home. I know. And that's going to happen too. It's like, we've been home for almost 2 years now, or a year and a half, and it's going to be 2 years because we're not playing the show this year. So it's going to be like so hard for me to leave finally,
you got
to
into
do
your
that.
routine, your day in, your day out of being there, waking up next to your wife, you know, my son
Yeah.
in the other room.
Yeah,
taking
you
him
got
to
the kid. Your
school.
kid, I know he's doing gymnastics. He's getting older. You want to be there for the experience. You want to be that proud father. You know, I picking up what you're putting down, my man. And
Yeah.
but that's the artist aspect that sometimes I feel like people don't truly understand. Like I said, the sacrifice or the pain that we feel missing, you know, ultimate FOMO of those
Yeah.
sorts of things.
Dude, you're right. Yeah. And yes, it comes with the territory. You're right. We do get to see the world. We do get to play music on a stage. And we're totally grateful. And there are people cheering and they're
Yeah.
happy, they're stoked.
We're living the dream in that aspect.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah,
pinch me when I'm on stage, you know,
Right.
because I still sometimes won't believe it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, when we were just starting out. And it's like I was over at Johnny's house and the band was just getting together. And it's like, yeah, this is what I want to do for a living. I know it. I feel it in my soul. And I haven't been in any other band since. You know what I mean? That's it. I
But-
feel like, is that true for you as well? Is Of Mice, like, that's it? This is the only
I wouldn't.
band?
I mean, if I wrote too much music to where I put it out myself, that would be it. But at the same time, to where
That's cool.
I wouldn't be, and there's no reason for me to be in another band or anything like that. You know, this is it for me for sure, 110%. You know, this is like 11 years of my life now.
Yeah. Long time.
That I've shared to this band.
You're right.
It's like I have homies that have kids, all that stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, I got a kid. Phil, have a kid." I'm like, "I do." It's Of Mice and Men, self-titled, came out 2010. It's beautiful. I love that. I love that baby.
Love
you know what I mean? I have another one, The Flood, 2012. Beautiful baby. You know what I mean? So our albums are like something to me that I cherish in that way, because like that was our music at the time.
Oh, you put so
And-
much into it. Yep.
Yeah, so
You had that time of your life, everything. All
Yeah.
the shows, all the being away. Yep.
and that's what really fueled the fire to still be where I'm at today.
Right.
And I still haven't lost that fire. You know, music is what inspires me to still, you know, do everything I do.
Yeah.
So
Totally. I 100% agree. Dude, I have to piss so bad. Do you have to pee?
I'll take a 5 or take a pee, which is like
Yeah.
a minute.
We'll take a pee. I'm going to turn up this background music that I got going on, y'all.
Yep.
This is my brother and his friend. They have like a... sort of like
Pee
a
break.
Good instrumentation. Goodness going on, but I'm going to take a pee break. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Please, I appreciate you bearing with me there, Phil.
I was right there with you, my friend.
Dude, yeah, I was just thinking, like, if I have this next beer or last beer, like, I'm not even gonna concentrate on it. I have to pee so bad. So it's time for a pee break. I didn't have a funny video the last time I needed a pee break. It was like I put on a funny video. Anyway, you listen to my younger brother's group or whatever. They're called Techsyn, Techsyn. Yeah, lovely spelling. I mean, I think it's cool, actually. But they're cool electronica or whatever. Sorry, Phil. I know you don't hear it because it's like in my OBS.
I heard it.
Wait, you did?
I heard it. I did. I had the thing up on the side.
Okay.
It was super cool. I love Vibey.
Yeah.
I do that stuff all the time on the side, you know, like.
Oh, that's cool.
My projects this year is to deliver my own like chill hop, like guitar with hip hop instrumental stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
Just like super chill, peaceful, acoustic with some guitar leads and super ambient noises.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So just, yeah.
You got a name for it?
Money Cat.
Oh, it is Money Cat. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Super chill, super easy. The branding's already been done, you know, for years, and I didn't even know, you know.
I like it. That's cool.
Yeah, man. So that should be fun. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, here we go, everybody.
check it out.
I don't even 14%.
Yep. Everybody, this is the Second Son. Yep.
I'm a little scared.
I'm pumped. This is from Mason Ale Works. It's 14%er. I believe it's like a barrel collaboration. It's been in 2 different barrels, which is really cool. That's neat that they did that. It's like, I'm gonna let this sit here for this long. Then I'm gonna let it sit there.
It was sitting in a 12-month Cutwater Spritz whiskey barrel for 12 months, and then after that, it sat in a 12-month Cutwater Spirit with another. Wow. So it's two different beers sitting in for a year crossed together.
Yeah.
And one of them has wheat, a lot of wheat, honey, chocolate, rolled oats, and the other one is chocolate malt, coffee malt, flaked barley, and a carafa one dehusked.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is, but I'm probably gonna like it.
Yeah, dude, this is boozy, lots of chocolate, lots of a whiskey type of booze.
Oh, you know, yeah, that sitting in a.
In here.
I could only imagine sitting in a whiskey barrel for a year after I take one shot and I smell like whiskey for the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. We have shared many a Jameson. You know what
We've
I mean?
had some nice shots of JMO for sure.
You guys
shared.
are an Irish whiskey band, and we are too. So
Yeah,
I understand.
Goes down nice and smooth.
It
you know?
does. Cheers.
But cheers, yeah. This is such an awesome time, and get to kind of do something that we would do on the road, but over video. But even talk more, I feel like, because you know, it's sometimes loud at the bar, we're yelling at each other. It's just different ambiance. So it's very, very cool to have this sort of conversation with somebody.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much for being a part of this. It's cool. I'm really stoked, especially somebody that shares my passion for good beer, for good tasties. Yeah,
and it tastes like straight coffee chocolate, like an espresso covered bean.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's
I barely.
Whiskey.
I was gonna say the milk chocolate though is definitely influenced with a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, it's really good. This is really good. I was curious because it said strong ale, so I wasn't sure of, like, you know, typically when you have like up there percentage beers, it's like it's only a stout or something. Yeah. You know, so this is kind of nice
to have an ale like this. Yeah, because it's not heavy as it like a Guinness. You know what I mean? It's very thin.
Totally.
But it is packed with flavor. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's powerful, and it's 13%. So.
14. Yeah.
14.
This is gonna put us to bed, and it's like it's freaking Jeez, I'm sorry. 4 o'clock where you are.
Sunday, so
That's right, though. It's
the
Sunday,
Lakers
y'all.
lost, so I'll be sad tonight and just drink
Yep.
my beer.
Yep.
And can't win them all, but I'm winning with drinking good beer, so
Yep,
I'm
there
still
you go.
feeling good.
There you go. Go Ben, I guess. Our drummer lives in Phoenix, so
Mhm.
he's all about them Suns. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Phil. Sorry
That's
for the
okay.
Lakers right now.
It's okay. I'm happy for Phoenix. Happy for a team that doesn't win a lot to actually
Dude, no kidding.
get to a place where second place in the Western Conference in NBA is a big deal.
Damn, I didn't know they were doing that well. That's awesome. Wow. They're kicking
Yeah.
ass.
Absolutely.
Those Suns,
So,
man. I remember the good old days with Phoenix and when they were killing it.
Yep. Steve Nash, Sean Marion, Rajah Bell,
Dude.
Mari Stoudemire. They were an
Wow.
absolute
My grandma
Great team.
from Britain lived in Phoenix for a long time. So every summer we go out there, and man, it was weird. I was always blown away that she loved basketball. And, this old
I don't
British lady
understand how big the Sun
loving
the culture is really big out there, so it's really it's cool to see. Because it just brings people together, and it's awesome for some people that wouldn't even be people hanging out together, but they're still in the arena cheering for the same team, and it's just camaraderie, and it brings people together, and I love that.
Yeah.
So I love sports so much, and
It
music,
does,
because
yeah.
they come hand in hand together. Music and sports are like best friends.
Yeah, they are, and I do hope. Fortunately, we've had some songs in like UFC and in hockey before, which is really cool. I love that we got to go to like a Rampage hockey game here. And
Yeah.
hockey in Texas exists, and yes, it does.
Yeah, it's
So,
big.
Yeah. So we got to go there, and they like played the song for the opening, and we got to go out on the ice, which was really sick. They played "Go to War," and I don't know, it's cool. Your home team, when your home team recognizes your music,
Oh yeah,
is really
It's-
cool, because we all know this is like a weird saying, but it's like a prophet is never recognized in his hometown.
yeah.
And I do feel like in a way it's like we're kind of prophets. It's like, yeah, whatever, that's out there, but it really is like that touring. I don't know if you feel that way, but San Antonio never gave us love for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was only after like we really started hard touring, and then we came back, that it was like, oh damn, you guys aren't just a local band anymore.
Yeah, I think our local fans get jaded because they see us get big, and they're like, oh, now our local band is all big everywhere else, so who cares about them? So we kind of have to earn their respect back, and I feel like that way in Los Angeles, I get hit with that heavy really fucking hard, because fucking people from Orange County or
hard, man.
SoCal are so hard to win over. I live here, so I understand. I'm the kind of guy too. It's like, I have high expectations of things, and if it doesn't reach expectations, I'm like, oh shit, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So it's so hard out in here, in California, everywhere. There's so many bands,
Yeah.
and being a band over 12 years, kind of how do you re-engage yourself into that fan base, but it's always weird when you come back home, like your band does better, like in London, we played our biggest show ever in the UK. You know what I mean? It's like, how do we play our biggest show ever in the UK? Well, we can never even get that in LA. You know what I mean? Like,
it is ironic. It is weird. Yeah.
but people still like us out here. But it's like, I feel like for concerts in SoCal, even for me personally, like, it sucks to say, but it has to be like A, B, and C. I'll definitely go. But if it's just A and B, I don't know. I don't live near LA, so I'm like 45 an hour out. So it's
right.
like,
It's a task. Yeah.
I have to drive. If I'm having drinks, it's like, God damn it, like
Uber, right?
exactly. But then Ubering home is an $100 Uber on top of like buying drinks. All how it goes. So it's like, damn it, whatever. But that's life.
I hear that, and I can relate. It's like I kind of like it at the same time. So I'm not bitching that it's like, you know, I can talk to people here, and it's like so many people haven't ever heard of Nothing More, and live in the city or live in Texas. We don't have a radio rock station. Like our 99.5 Kiss is used to be cool, like in 2006 and 10 years before that, but they're still only playing Alice in Chains, Metallica, and Nirvana. So it's like 90s only, and like early 2000s. So it's been hard for us, just in regards to like, man, come on, I want to come home, and it's like, we did it, have a victory lap or something, but nobody knows who we are. And I love it and hate it.
It's like, I totally understand.
Yeah, I mean, dude, y'all have some great trophies. Like, you sold out Brixton in London. That's 5,000 people. Holy shit. You know, you sold that many tickets. Like, that many people came there and were stoked about your band and you being on stage playing guitar. And we've had some huge things. We got nominated for 3 Grammys. Nobody knows who we are in San Antonio. They don't know. Because rock music, like, isn't a thing. And, like, this is my bitch sesh or whatever. And
I like it, though, because let us artists vent, because this is how we feel. Because it is upsetting sometimes, man. We work so goddamn hard to put our place on the map, and our place on the map doesn't even care about us.
I know. So yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you want me to brag about my hometown? Like, I do love San Antonio. You do love LA, as you wear a Lakers jersey, you know. But
I rep my city hard.
Yeah, it is like, man, I want people to be proud of me here.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's not like I'm always looking for the gratification of the pat on the back.
You're right.
You know, because I'm not walking around like that. But at the same time, every now and then it'd be like, you know what, you guys are doing really well. Like, I'm really proud of you for putting on for our city for rock music, because rock music typically doesn't come out of San Antonio.
Yeah.
You know, so
you're right. You're absolutely right. Just to be like, way to represent our city. You know, and it's like, I know it's not much or whatever, but it's like, sweet. That's
just
awesome.
A little pat on the back, you know. That's all. That's it. You know, we're not trying to get claim to fame to everything, get front of the ride passes and stuff like that. It's just, no, we really, really love what we do, and we hope that you do too. And like, if you like our music, you see me on the streets, just what up, you know, like, thank you for doing that. Like, it's so much, man, just being an artist at this time. And you know, it's just people really don't understand
being a guitar player too, or like, you know, not being the singer or whatever. It's like, we all know it's like the singer's the face of the band, you know what I mean? And it's like, and that's great, and it is what it is. But you know, it's nice to be like, dude, you play guitar for that band. That's tight. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
you rip, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, like, that just, you know, that comes with it all the time. And it's just something that, like, I'm from a small town too. I'm from Chino Hills, California. So,
okay,
you know what I mean? Like, I know everybody knows me, you know. And it used to be, I go out and everybody, it was stupid. But now, thank God, it's like a lot of people moved out. You know, I'm still out here. I see some people I know here and there. It's not anyone trying to ask for a picture. I'm just trying to relax and do my sort of life. But there was a time when our band was super pop, you know, when we were doing really well on Warped and all that stuff and everything like that. It's like a lot of our teenage fans would come to like find us in places and like make us feel uncomfortable sometimes. I'm like, damn, you know, like, I've wanted this before, but now I understand Eminem's stand in that aspect, to where you have these fans coming after you, and you just kind of want your personal space, but you don't understand as a person, you know, when you're so excited to meet somebody, that there could be a sort of wrong interaction, you know, coming off too excited, or asking somebody to eat, you know, take a picture while they're eating, you know, and that sort of stuff. It happens, you know what I mean? Those sort of things happens, and you know, take it with a grain of salt, take that picture, because you'll never know, like, disrespecting a fan or things like that. Like, that's
of course, at the end of the day, it's like, they just like your art. They just like
exactly
the song, and sure,
and that's
whatever. If they're freaking stoked, like, I've been fangirl about bands before. It's like, I know, it's like Thrice is probably my favorite band. I think I've like I don't know, spilled my guts or whatever to Dustin before, and I feel embarrassed or whatever. But we've all been there. We've all been fangirls, you know.
I've said so many
those.
dumb things to my
I
favorite
know,
musicians.
right?
So many.
So we have to, yeah. This guy just likes my music. This girl just likes my music, and it's changed their life. And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, it's bad for me that I have to stay up another hour. It's a big deal. You know, at the end of the day, that is the reality. It's like, that's awesome. Something I did, like, moved this person and gave them goosebumps, like, changed their life. They pulled over, you know, oh God, I've heard stories about fade in, fade out. And it's like, I wrote that song for my son and my dad. And, you know, they had to pull over for fear of not getting into an accident. And they like just called their dad. Like at that moment, they wanted that song to be played at their funeral. You know, those things. And it's like, you're being told that. And it's like, holy shit. Wow. Yeah. Like I had no idea. And yes, this is a lot for me to take in, but that's the power of music, you know?
Yeah. Everybody takes those lyrics and you could take it any way you want, but make it your story as well. Yeah. And I think that's the most powerful thing about music is that everybody shares their own trials and tribulation and pain together, but you could still hear somebody's lyrics and read them and feel a part of how they're feeling because they're almost singing for you in that feeling.
Yeah, they connected. They were moved by the notes you played, by the words you sung.
Exactly. And I think it's beautiful too. I don't write the lyrics. You know, I'm not a lyricist. So like a lot of Aaron's songs, they hit me hard sometimes. I don't even realize it. You know, I've had some friends pass away too over the last years and things like that. And that has put me into a place where I don't understand a lot of things emotionally because you know, you lose parts of your life. But then Aaron writes these lyrics and I don't even know what he's writing or things like that. But then I hear it and I'm like, oh my God, like he's like feeling the way I am about something he's feeling about, but like he's not really on that topic, but it's still that feeling of missing something. And that, you know, music interpretation to lyrics, you could take it any way and like I said, make it your story. And I think that's such a beautiful thing with music is you could relate to how a lot of people are feeling because a lot of us are feeling the same way. It's not just one person's feeling down, not feeling hurt, not being upset. All of us feel that way sometimes. And it's good to get it out and know that other people that you look up to are also engaging into feeling that way, but also putting it out there for people to engage and feel that way together with us.
Yeah.
So,
dude, well said.
I think music's such a heavy thing, man. It's you put it on when you're sad to make you happy. You put it on when you're mad to make you happy or get yourself out of a feeling. And it's all there for you, from sad to happy to melodramatic to wherever you want to be. You could find something to get you to where you hopefully could be.
Yeah, music is powerful. That's it. I think Steven Spielberg said, you know, it's 50% like visual and 50%, you know, audio. It really is that important to, like, you could be watching the stupidest thing, but if the music's awesome, it's like, oh my God, or vice versa. It's like, the music's terrible and the video is amazing. And it's ideally right. You look for that, bam, that perfect collaboration, that perfect thing, and that's what you want. And it's like,
when the stars align for you.
Yeah, when you do music videos and everything like that, it's like, oh man, this is really challenging to, like, how do I represent this song visually, you know? And it's like, I didn't think that I had to do that, but guess what? You have to do that. And it's sometimes you don't meet the expectations, sometimes you do, and it's like, I'm actually only an expert in this. It's like, I have to trust somebody else in that and hope that, you know, they deliver a good product, a good idea. And it's like, I'm going to critique it, whatever, along the way, all that stuff. I'm getting carried away.
But that's how it happens, though. I mean, when you're trying to send a message to somebody, visually trying to make it, obviously you want to get it to as much as you're feeling as possible, because it's your message or your band's message, and you want it to come across as dramatic as it makes you feel. So
Totally.
I get that 110%. And it's not even getting too far into something. It's just something you're passionate about, just your music and your message you're passionate about. And I respect that. I think it's such a wonderful thing with your band is that you guys stand up for how you feel and you guys really let that known. And everybody wants to hear that voice. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to know that voice is out there for them, that you could feel certain ways and other people still feel the same way. So
Yeah. Oh man, we've all had those songs that we've latched onto through high school, through anxiety, through panic attacks that just like get us through that. That's important. You need that. It is medicine.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely. Music is medicine. I think it's such a beautiful thing that could just change so many scenarios and actions just by listening to something.
Yeah. So, yep. I think this concludes our show. You know, and man, God bless what we do. We are blessed people.
We're so lucky.
I know.
We're very lucky to live this life and get to have conversations about it and just talk about it, because sometimes we live so fast that we don't even see these things that happened years ago. This year having it off has really taken me back to think about so many things that has happened in the last 4 years. You know what I mean? Not even 10 years, because I can't even remember. So just the last 4 years to try to put everything together into a puzzle piece to make it something. You know,
good.
it's
Right.
It's so crazy to experience so many different things and forget about it, but then bring it back into your life when you have time to emotionally think about everything that you've done or accomplished, and, you know, feel good about something, because that, like we've talked about earlier, we sacrifice so much, and you know, we hurt sometimes, but there's also a lot of good that comes in it, and that is such a beautiful thing with music that is kind of reciprocated both ways as an artist.
Yeah, you're totally right. So thank you to everybody that, you know, we've played a note, written a song for, and it's meant something to them. That's awesome, and we're very grateful we get to do what we do and continue to do what we do. We both have new music out. We're going to continue doing that. We're stoked to finally get back on the road again.
Shows are going to happen, and you know that's
You
like
know it.
a dream come true again to get to feel that emotion and feeling and share that with our fans and crowd.
Yeah, be there together
as well.
Yep, you're right. I'm pumped. I love your band. I love your playing.
Love your band too.
Thank you, Phil. Really appreciate you for being on this. Everybody support local breweries, local food, everything. Drink responsibly. We all know
Drink
that.
responsibly. Don't drink and drive.
Don't be a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good Sunday fun day. That's for sure. Definitely. Awesome. Well, kick ass. This has been my sesh with Phil from Of Mice and Men, and I'm blessed to have him on. So thank you.
Happy to be here. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for Nothing More's family for accepting me in here, and thank you guys for everything.
Got it. Definitely. Later on.